Members, the Minister in reply, 5 minutes in reply.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity. I would like to just reiterate a number of points quite quickly that were raised in the course of the first reading. The first is to make quite plainly the statement that this is about pipes, everything pipes and concrete. It is not about water. It is not about the mauri of the stream in which the water is taken from. In the same way that the residents and shareholders of the company at the moment, which administers, maintains and pays for the Cold Creek scheme at the moment, applies for a water right from Taranaki Regional Council, it would need to continue to do that. I understand that the bill has to Select Committee at least support from across the House, apart from the Maori Party, who will be voting against it on a basis of philosophy around the consultation in respect of South Taranaki District Council, and I can respect the stance that they take. However, it is important to note that this is not about a treaty claims process. The fact that the South Taranaki District Council now holds the legal title for this claim is really about where the scheme was vested at the time that it was constructed by the hands of the farmers, with the dollar of the farmers, with the dollar-for-dollar taxpayer subsidy scheme. In fact, questions that was raised, for instance, by the Honourable Annette King in respect of further calls for maintenance and maintenance money and replacement money from the taxpayer or the ratepayer are actually in the history of the scheme itself, and that it was constructed by the farmers who were building it and who wanted it at the time. The reason, of course, that it was done was for productivity, and the taxpayer's contribution at the time, as previously mentioned, dollar for dollar, has been paid back many-fold over by that increase in productivity and the taxation that's been paid on that. As I also said in my initiating speech, the South Taranaki District Council can't find a single cent of ratepayer money that was paid in the construction, in the maintenance, repair or administration of this scheme. Every dollar that has been paid has come from money generated by the administration and the administrations and the running of the fee and the charges charged. The point was made about the low cost of water per cubic metre from the scheme. It's about 35 cents. It's not the lowest in the South Taranaki region, but it is lower than other schemes. The fact is that the South Taranaki District Council, having said that that cost would have to go up, was in respect of costs of other schemes and the maintenance and administration of other schemes if the South Taranaki District Council maintained administration rights, which of course they don't have. So we end up in a situation where the farmers of a particular area in South Taranaki built themselves a scheme using a government subsidy that was constructed for the purpose, funnily enough, under a Labor government. And now what they are wanting to do is to actually own the legal title of that scheme in its entirety, albeit that they do have property rights, they are legal ownership, do hold legal ownership of part of that scheme. Because it came at considerable cost to them, it was not only for their money but also their sweat and their energy that they constructed the scheme. They would like to have complete ownership of it. South Taranaki District Council have voted 4 times over the last 12 years to effect exactly that. And we find ourselves now in a situation in need of a local bill because of the course of history and the introduction of a 202 bill. I look forward to the support of the House and the debate through the Select Committee process. Thank you.
Members, this debate has concluded. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. A party vote's called for. I'll ask the clerk for a party vote.
New Zealand National.
59 votes in favour.
New Zealand Labour.
34 votes in favour.
Green Party.
14 votes in favour.
New Zealand First.
8 votes in favour.
Maori Party.
2 votes opposed.
Mana.
Opposed.
Act New Zealand.
1 in favour.
United Future.
1 vote in favour.
Any other votes?
Can I just come?
Members, the ayes are 117, the noes are 3. The motion is agreed to.
South Taranaki District Council Cold Creek Rural Water Supply Bill, first reading.
The question is that the South Taranaki District Council Cold Creek Rural Water Supply Bill be considered by the Local Government and Environment Committee. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. Call on members' order of the day number 1.
Employment